quick update on the LTR, guys. Yeah, I know on my last video, it was about a month ago, I said I got it all figured out. Actually, that was only part of the problem. It was still cutting up. You get in the high speeds and it just wasn't acting right. It was shutting down and bogging out and just acting all kind of crazy to where it didn't even want to start. So luckily I had another one over here that I know that worked. So I swapped out fuel pumps. It was still doing the exact same thing. I put this fuel pump on that one and vice versa. That one still ran perfect. This one still was doing the exact same thing. So what I did was I finally went ahead and did the swirl delete. One of these swirl filters was just gummed up and everything. Tried to take it apart and delete the actual filter in there, and the O-ring just split on me. So I had an extra one that I had for this one, and tried to get that one to work. This one didn't actually have the filter in it, which was a good thing, but for some reason it wasn't letting the fuel flow properly. So I just took it all out. All the shops around me was closed, so I got off late tonight, so I just had to make a hose to make it work. What I did was I got a T up in there. There's some guys on here that actually did a good video on how to delete the swirl filter, so I really don't want to go into all that and show you all that because there's some guys that already did it. But basically it's just a T you can get from AutoZone or whatever. I had one laying around from an old bike. It was a parts packages that I never even used, so it was a brand new T in a pack, but it was from a bike that I don't even know what I bought it for. But basically hooked up the T, ran the fuel. It just went from a bigger hose to a smaller one to what it was, and I'm gonna go ahead and measure that out and go to the parts store and get a new fuel line. But that was it. Put the fuel line on, tried it, still the same. Felt like it wasn't getting enough fuel. Went ahead and bought another injector. The injector that was in there was like a aftermarket cheap one. This was one. No, I think they got it off Amazon or eBay or whatever, but yeah, it had like a little white cap on top. I popped that off. It flew somewhere. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like the stock one. Bought a stock one. It was like $150. But yeah, it didn't look anything like this. Put the stock one in. Made it run a little bit better. Adjusted the TPS again on the last video. I did try and attempt to clean the fuel injector and had to buy a new TPS. Seemed like it was getting a little bit better. Then I said, you know what? Gotta be something simple because it was just sputtering and everything. So I went and checked the most obvious, which was the spark plug. So they had this in there. I think that goes like a lawnmower or something. And I know I've seen them in some lawnmowers and everything. But anyway, yeah, I mean, this spark plug is super light. I probably could throw it against a window as hard as I could and it wouldn't do any damage. Put a brand new plug in there. All in all, fire right up. Ran beautiful. No problems, no bogs. So after all that, I done had this bike for about 8 months, just buying parts, trying to reconfigure all the fuel lines because the original fuel lines were cut. The regulator on the other fuel tank was gone. Sorry you can't see it. Didn't turn my light on my phone. But yeah, basically like all the stock connectors and everything that's on this one was deleted off of there. Somebody actually just ran straight hoses, took all the factory connectors off, and even deleted the regulator that you kind of need for the bike to run right. But now, yeah, it runs perfect. I'll be giving it back to the owner tomorrow, and he will be putting it up for sale. So, yeah. If anybody got any questions, comments, remember to like, subscribe to the page. You know, I'm trying to get more videos on here about any little problems that I have with different bikes. I mean, this is kind of what I do for a living. So, yeah. We ride and we break shit and we fix it. So, all right, guys. Thanks for stopping by.